Back at it again. Our Your Redemption podcast. Big speaker.
Hey, it's your boy G White, man. We back at it. Let's get into it, bro.
Let's
This one
get
of them
into
ones. This one of them ones. You know what I'm talking about? What you talking about? You talking about?
it.
It's for
The
real.
media influence. The
Well,
social
that's
media influence.
so you know, like we always tell you, we dropped the full episode to this on Monday. Check it out on YouTube. But we talking, like you said, we're talking about the social media influence today. You know, we speaking
Yeah.
about the big dog. Social media is the big dog.
Yeah.
Social media is the big dog. People try to stay away from talking about social media, bro. Like, because it depends on who you're talking to, depending on how they're gonna take it, depending on how they use it, depending on their aspect on it. It's the crazy part I thought about earlier when I was driving. Social media is really kind of starting to be a sensitive topic to talk about the same way race, religion, and politics is.
Yeah.
That's crazy to say. No, but for it really is.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that this is and they don't make no money off of it, but this is their life. Like, they really get on Facebook, they get on TikTok, they get on Instagram, Twitter, all that, and this is their life. They love the controversy of it. They get on there just to get in people's lives. They love it for the gossip, but I also know people that get it into a lot of things that we finna talk about today. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna spoil it too much. We gotta hit them with the IOU moments.
Bet. So let me check them out first. My IOU moment today is this. Complacency today will enable suffering tomorrow. Complacency today will enable suffering tomorrow. So if you checked out the episode we just dropped on Monday, my IOU moment was around something like this. It's just basically talking about keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. That's what we call insanity. And I believe that if you all don't know what the word complacency means, it's just you just good where you at. You just like where you been. You like where you going because it's nowhere. You're gonna stay where you are. That's being complacent. And that could be, it doesn't matter if you see success or you don't see success, whatever it is, you're gonna be in that moment. So I think I'm trying to tell y'all that because you won't do anything today, because you keep putting everything off till tomorrow, you're not getting nothing done right now. You're not, when we get into your IOU moment, you're not doing any of that right now. You are basically enabling yourself to suffer tomorrow. And guess what? You enabling your family and everybody else who depend on you to suffer tomorrow. So the tomorrow could be tomorrow literally, or it could be 10 years from now. It's up to you. What you gonna do?
And before I get into mine, I would just say nobody's above complacency, right? So I know when I speak of it and when I talk to people about it or even check somebody on it, that's because it snuck up on me before.
Yep.
It snuck up on me, you know what I'm saying, in the last couple of years. You get what I'm saying? Like in certain avenues of my life. And it's not intentional. Some people are just like that.
Yep.
But even for a hustler, even for a go-getter, even for somebody that's goal-driven, if you're not careful, it can sneak up on you. And before you know it, you're like, dang, I really got caught in that rut. I really got caught thinking like this. So I really got laxed because this is the best it's ever been for me. So I haven't taken any actions towards the stuff I used to talk about. So, you know what I mean? Complacency for real. It's like a thief in the night, and it can sneak up on you for sure. So you're absolutely correct. I believe the stuff that, you dragging your feet on in this one life will come back and get you if you ain't, you know what I'm saying, later on, if you ain't paying attention. So let's get into mine. So my IOU moment for the people this week would be, what type of seeds are you planting? And I know people are like, what are you talking about? I know he ain't talking about, do I got tomatoes growing out back? Do I got some hot peppers growing?
You got some fig Newton trees back there?
Right. I know they don't think that. Now I'm just talking about plants in life, right? Seeds and plants in life. So this is something I've tied to myself. I feel like we all plant seeds. Whether you thinking about it while whether you're doing it intentionally or not, you're planting seeds. Whether it's a negative seed, whether it's a positive seed, whether it's a leadership seed, whether it's a follower seed, whether it's a giving seed, whether it's a humble seed, whether it's whatever. So a lot of things people don't understand that I do in the now, like we just kind of talk about doing currently. I really do that for the future, whatever that may look, even if I may not benefit from it. So, right. So look at it. I'm flawed. We already talked about everything. We all flawed. I don't know no perfect people. But what I'm saying is I lead by a lot of positive things in my life. I give back to my community and try to mentor people and help. Hence this podcast that we're doing, because I actually genuinely care. I'm planting seeds,
Yeah.
right? So that we know what it's like to be down. We know what it's like to be up. And that's how life really works. That's why I approach a lot of things differently than most people, because I understand how you could be up one moment, you could be down one moment. It could be your time now, it could be somebody else's time tomorrow. So if I keep planting these positive seeds and doing these positive things, maybe I'm dead and gone one day. But somebody might be able to be like, your dad showed me this. Your dad taught me this. Your dad was influenced me this. Your dad had a conversation with me. I went to your dad's baseball camp and seen him doing this. So I want to do it. I'll tell you, this past summer, when I did my baseball camp, it was 10 years we celebrated last summer.
Yeah.
One of the kids, Javier, came up to me. Javier been in the camp forever. Since it's day one it started. Now he's like a junior in high school now, right? And he came up to me and he said, G White, he a real quiet kid. You know what I'm saying? He's not a talkative kid at all. And he come up to me and he says, Greg, he said, G White, he said, I want to be just like you, man. He said, but he rap. You know what I'm saying? So he rapping now. He in that stage. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even talking about baseball. He's just talking about, like, I do my music and everything. He said, I'm gonna make it. He said, I done watched you, man. He said, and I'm gonna make it. He said, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna give back to my community. He said, I'm gonna do it next. That's what I do it for. That's that seed right there. We ain't even talking about baseball. He picked up on the real lesson. You see, you ain't gotta phone nobody. You see somebody giving back to the community. You see a positive influence. You seen that. So what you saying? In my own lane, I'm gonna do that. That's just one seed. I'm just saying, be careful of and be mindful and be intentional with the seeds that you're planting today, because you never know later on what they're gonna grow into. If I'm planting a bunch of negative seeds right now, I'm probably gonna have something bad come, some type of karma come towards myself or towards my family or towards my friends or something, because of the seeds I'm planting right now, or that I keep planting over time. Do you understand what I'm saying? So just be mindful and be intentional with the seeds you planting. So ask yourself, and this is one of those hypothetical
it's an action item type thing right here.
Yeah, it is. So ask yourself that. It is hypothetical question, like, what type of seeds am I planting right now? You know what I'm saying? So that's the IOU moments, man. And the topic today we're gonna talk about, y'all, because I know the IOU moments be so juicy. People be like, I know we finna run with them. No, that's that's the credits. You know what I'm saying? That's the opening credits.
That's like the scene on the Equalizer. Like that's just the intro. Like
that's just, it's a whole nother spin finna come, and we finna tackle the big dog, the social media influence. So without further ado, bro, let's get into it.
Let's go.
Yo,
we got comments already.
already. I love the feedback. I love when we jump it off. So what did George say this is there's value in surrounding yourself with like-minded people. There's no way one can listen to these podcasts and live streams and not be invigorated, energized, motivated to pull that plan burn from burning. Yeah, it's not. Thank you. Hey, salute. You know what I mean? Because we appreciate everybody that chime in. We appreciate everybody that like, share, subscribe, and everything. And it's one thing, like, yes, the people that know us are acting like you know us. And I also appreciate, hey, that's crazy though. Cause some people act like they don't know you. They act like they ain't
That's
watch you
funny.
come up. They ain't watch you transition. They haven't watched you
That'd be the
follow this
problem with
journey.
people though. People don't understand. You watching somebody on the come up, but that's really your time to get in before they get the come up. That's where you miss out at. See, you want to wait until somebody prove themselves and see them get to the top. But then at that point it's too late. See, you too late. You too late already. If you
Yes.
really want to get in, you want to get in good with the club, you got to come in before all that. But it's too boring at that point. It ain't
Yeah.
lit yet.
Yeah. But it's just like anything else, man. Like that's why a lot of things I tell people, I don't put my faith in man. Every time I've really done that, like truly done that, I've been let down. Anytime
Yeah.
I put too many expectations on people just because maybe I've known you, maybe I've done this for you, or I'm related to you in this sort of capacity, it don't work out the way I be thinking. You get what I'm saying? Because I know my heart
Yeah.
and I know my intentions and I know how I support anything and everybody, but everybody, like we've all like we talked about, y'all. You got to
Yeah.
stop expecting you out of people. Hey,
Yeah.
shout out to Bruno in the back, man. I seen my man back there chilling, man. Shout out to the dog, man.
Yeah.
I got his brother over here, but Ghost put up right now. He a little different right now, man. He be hey, but most definitely, man. I'm looking forward into diving into this social media influence. Without further ado, we're gonna get into it, y'all, because I feel like the social media influence is big. I feel
Yeah.
like it's here to stay. Social media is the big dog. It wasn't always here, but I think it's here to stay for sure. And it's because it's a tool to me that I figure, bro, that people can use in any kind of way. And now that a lot of people making a lot of money, it's definitely gonna be here to stay. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like once people been able to monetize it and whatever else, and what people see and how they able to develop stuff, that's what it's here to say. So some of the positives we talked about in the full episode, and I'm gonna dive first, and I'm gonna let you take off with it. We talked about just some of the positive things with social media because there's a lot of positive things with social media. I am a firm believer that social media is not 100% a negative space. I don't think that everybody gets on here 100% to be negative, to gossip, whatever else, and all that other stuff. And we're gonna get into that. But what I would say is, it's a big form of marketing. I think it's an excellent form of marketing when we talk about social media. It's top tier when it comes to your platform, your business, your brand. You know what I mean? Yourself, whatever you have. It's if you use it that way, it's the excellent place to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Staying connected with family members and friends. We live in a generation where people aren't just staying in their hometowns anymore. People are doing a lot of traveling, people taking a lot of trips, people doing
Mm-hmm.
a lot of things. You get what I'm saying? It's not so siloed anymore to where maybe back in the day, people just kind of stayed where they from. So it keeps you connected. I've seen it with my own. I got a wide variety of family and friends going to college, 2 different colleges in the South, meeting people, professional network and everything. And then his family members and friends moving out, me moving away. It keeps us connected in some form or fashion. They're able to see my kids. They're able to see us travel. They're able to see what I want them to see. Do you understand what I mean? So they
Yep.
never feel too far away from us because they could be like, look at Greg kids. Look at Sweet's
Yeah.
kids. Like they can see that. They can look at and kind of see that. So I think it's an excellent place to stay connected with your family members and friends. Um, I feel like it's a great place for motivational speakers. You can find a lot of motivation on on social media. You can find motivational speakers. You can find teachers. You can find people putting out free game like us. You can find people, you know what I mean, that are teaching you things. How did I find some of these people that I found influenced me over the last few years? Like your David Goggins, like your like E.T. Eric Thomas and stuff like that. Some of these people that have some of these platforms, $1 million worth of game, things of that nature. That's all social media. You understand what I'm saying? And I can connect with those, and those are just a few. My boy JT, John Tarver, he's got a good uh podcast. You understand what I'm saying? When he's talking about financial literacy, he's talking about people getting loans. He's talking because he knows in our communities there's a lot of things that we don't have. So he's you know what I'm saying? He puts on those type of things. My boy Marcus M. Easy from Chicago, he got one. Gods Amongst Men. And he's talking from a
Yeah.
place. What I'm saying is I use it like that. You get what I'm saying? And social media can be very, 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 very positive if you want it to be. And that's just the positives we're talking about. But I want to give you a chance to chew on it a little bit.
The positives of social media are what you make it. And I think that if you go into social media with the plan of how you're going to use it, sometimes you might go into it and you just want to see things. You want to see what other people got going on, things like that, and that's fine. But I think that we can't tell anybody what to do with their time on social media, but if you use it in a way that you're using the tool correctly, then it can be a lot of positives in it. Even when you see a lot of the negative things on social media, so like any of the things like that's in the media outlets right now, like the Kendrick Lamar and Drake stuff, there's business values you can get out of that feud that that make you help you understand things. One of the things that I like to think about that is that in between that feud, you see that sometimes if you know that sometimes it's worse to get into things because you'll have more to lose. So whatever person that is on that side, you might not want to get into a situation because you're gonna have things that's gonna hurt you, like your brand, like your image, like
Mm-hmm.
just like your public persona. All of those things come into impact. So that's the thing about social media is that you can kind of learn some things by the behaviors of other people who are on there. They may be encountering something that you thinking about doing, and then you can see what the reaction is to what they did, and you can also tweak your angle if you think that they didn't do something right. So basically what I'm saying is you got direct access to see how other people are moving in the world, what works for them, what didn't work, what was their setbacks and things like that. And if you take notes on that, then you can make it better for your situation. So that's what I use it for. I'm a watcher. Like I watch people, I watch actions, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
very observant. That's what
Yeah.
I'm doing. I really don't. People think I'm quiet sometimes, and I really don't like. I don't talk because I'm watching you. I'm watching what you're doing. I'm learning from you. I see everything you do that's wrong. I see the things you do that's right. I'm taking notes. Why is this thing? A lot of people be saying like they don't pay attention to people, or they ain't studying people, or
Bro,
like I
you
pay attention. I'm a student. I
you
am taking
talking that
notes from you.
look, you talking that talk. Why don't you get what don't
Yeah,
everybody don't read a room? People don't take the time to see what's going on. Like I
they
read
don't read
every
the
room
room.
I'm in. I read every single room I'm in. I'm you feel me? Like I don't
Yeah,
get that. But you know what? Like I don't know.
I don't know.
It's actually very dangerous if you don't take time to read people, read rooms,
Yeah,
understand things. You know what I mean? Because you don't gotta always run your mouth. It's okay to sit back and be
that's what I
quiet.
said.
It's
You talking too
okay.
much.
You talking
You talking
too
too
much.
much.
I'm a talkative guy, but depending on the situation, somebody might
Yeah,
tell you, "Hey, man, I was around G White, man. He was quiet." Be like, "Oh, because you know
dog.
me
Look,
different." You know what I'm saying? You be
look.
like,
One of the famous people that's out there in the world right now that does this like all the time. Pay attention to him. Is 50 Cent. Look, just look at him. Even the actor roles he played. Think about it. In Power, when he was Kanan, and like So people will be like, no, 50 be talking. Yeah, he talks when the stage is on. Like, he knows how to understand, like, okay, if he needs to talk about something on a particular topic, his face is out there. Like, or if he trolling somebody, his is out there. But like, if you pay attention to him when he like just out, you see him places, he usually letting people talk the whole time, and he just watching, and he'll tell you that. Like, if you read his book, if you look at some of his interviews and listen to what he's saying, he just be really watching people. One of the fascinating things that he had said was, I was about to say he told me, because I feel like he told me, but he
Sometimes they be
said that
talking to you though. It be
yeah, it's
seeming
like he
like
be
they
talking to
talking to you.
me.
Yeah.
But he said, a lot of people, a lot of these dudes, these rappers don't be wanting to go to the club because they say it's too dangerous, too this, too that. But he said, me, I like to go because me being in this profession, I need to go out and see what they vibing to. I ain't
Look,
got to do everything they doing.
it keep him look, it keep him up to date.
Yeah, he just
You get
out
what
there
I'm
watching you. Yeah, and he gonna come back. It was funny because he 50 don't even rap like spin the block, this and that, this and that. But like on one track, he was doing that, and I was like, I know 50. He just doing it just because he know that's what the people like. He been watching them,
Mhm.
and that's what I'm saying. That social media gives you the outlet where you ain't got to go. You don't really have to go anywhere. You can look at your phone and be up to date with everything that's happening. Know how to move, where to go, where not to go, if you do it correctly. It's
Facts.
all the tools is there.
It's right there. So look, and here's another thing. So those are the positives, right? We done talked about all these positives. We done talked about you making some money. We done talk about you being an influencer. We done talked about you motivating yourself. We done talked about staying connected with family. We done talk about marketing, business accounts, and business platforms like LinkedIn.com and things like that, where it's a professional network. We're talking about all that because there are positives to social media. We're not bashing social media. I know a lot of people like
Yeah.
be thinking like, where they going with this? We're not bashing it at all. You understand what I'm saying? I've stayed connected with my community back at home for the past decade, throwing my camps and different stuff like that because of social media. You get what I mean? Liking, sharing, posting my things, my flyers and everything,
Yeah.
staying connected with community leaders and things, all through social media. You understand? I've used it. It's a tool, and I used it the right way. But if
But
we're
let
gonna
me
do that,
hold on, G, hold on,
yeah,
because I really want to touch on this point why we keep saying it's a tool. I want to give
it's,
two examples of how I'm using it as a tool, and then you give two, like whatever you want to say.
go
But I
ahead.
think
I just
that
said
let's
it, but
say
I want to see. Go ahead.
yeah. So let's say, for example, like everybody, a lot of people have LinkedIn. I don't have it because of cyber reasons and I don't want to be putting stuff on there. But for the people who not really in my profession, like what I'm doing. So this is what I used to do. When I'm looking for a job, I'd go on like indeed.com. I'd search out whatever I was looking for, find a job, find the role, apply to it, blah, blah, blah. I've done this like 3 times. I applied for a job, and then within that job description, it probably told me what department I was going to be working in. So this person reports to the manager of cybersecurity, right? Okay. I know that the manager of cybersecurity is one department in one company. So I'm going to take that. I'm going to go research because that person is probably that manager of cybersecurity for that company is probably on LinkedIn. I'm going to Google that manager of cybersecurity at X company. Boom, the LinkedIn profile gonna come up. I'm gonna go on LinkedIn, and you can't really direct message that person unless you got the premium package, but you can sign up for a free trial or something, do what you need to do, pay like nothing, right? Message that person directly and get them, you get right in their face. We talking about surpassing the interview and doing all that. I'm talking straight to the hiring manager. I'm not talking to human resources. I'm not talking to the front desk associate. I'm talking to the hiring manager, right?
Yep.
So I get right in the door. And then on the other side, if I can't find them on LinkedIn, don't pop up. Chances are, this is another little secret. I know there. If I put that into Google, and it shows me like the name of that person, but they don't have a LinkedIn account, all you got to do is put that person's name into Google and then type so and so's email address or whatever, so and so's like It'd be weird stuff that come up. Then maybe like a a conference they went to and they list all the attendees on there. Chances are sometimes they list their email. So what I'm saying is you can find that hiring manager on there, get their email, and have a direct conversation with them for the job you're trying to get. This is what I mean by using social media to your advantage and as a tool. And this is what I do.
Yeah. It's definitely a tool. Like I said before, you can use it positively or you can use it negatively, which takes us right into talking into the next point that we made in the pre-recorded episode. Negatives. Like anything with positives, you're gonna have the negatives. And I do see a ton of negatives on social media. To be honest with you, I see a lot more now because I'm a dad. You understand what I'm saying? They've probably always been there, but maybe not so. But I'm telling you,
I
like,
don't think it got nothing to do with you being a dad. I think you just in a different state of
it's
mind.
both, right? So it's both too. I think it's a lot to be with a dad because I got girls, bro. Like,
Yeah,
and
but
and listen, I'm just so look. So it goes into the one point for real. Like I talked about sexual programming. It's not. It's you laughing, but I take it serious because, to be honest with you, you know me. I grew up like thrown into the fire of it. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I know some girls that was out there, and I know some people ain't maybe had a dad around. What it's like to have a positive man around or a man to teach you some things. You get what I mean? This world to crumble you up and eat you up. So, you know, we talk about sexual programming. It's a real thing right now, and it's and it's not just TikTok because I don't even have a TikTok, but I know it's be like a lot of them little TikTok dances, like I mentioned, where I'm listening to the lyrics and I'm watching these little girls move their hips and pop their hips and shake their crotches and put it's I see it, bro, and it's drawing attention for vultures and pedophiles. You get what I'm saying? It's like it's a lot of things that are like everything is about sex. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's crazy, and I don't. It's just a lot of programming that I feel like I look at, and it's kind of hard to even let your kid watch any show, any TV, leave them on YouTube by themselves or anything because it's out there. You get what I'm saying? You're like, how did they mix that in there? Where did that come from? If you really listening to what your kids listening to, so when I see the parents doing the same dances, listening to the same songs, I'll be like, do you not know you telling your daughter to ride this? Y'all imitating like having sex, like stuff like that. Like, but again,
you talking about that soft porn on social media? That's what it's called. That's what it is, man.
That's a lot of, and that's a big thing that it is now. And people like to use that word like people being sexualized.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell a lot of the women in this world, all the women in this world, because I only been a man and I'm a heterosexual man. You understand what I'm saying?
Big facts.
A man is gonna do that anyway. We're gonna do that on first sight. Like, look, size you up on whatever we like. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So anytime you do all the extra stuff, that just heightens it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just like it's just that. But
well, they know that. They know the ones who on there doing that. They know that.
But it's a thing, bro. It's like it's crazy because you'll do it. You'll post that. You'll act like that. You'll do this. You'll create this aura about you that's all about sex, and then be like, I'm being sexualized.
Yeah.
Like, what you think a straight man doing with you right now? We grown. Look, I know when I leave the house, when I get in the mirror, when I put my clothes on, if I look handsome, I know if I look like a geek, I know if I look professional, I look like if I look dirty, I look like if I look like I'm about to go do construction work. I know if I look, you get what I'm saying? I know if I look like I'm about to go rob somebody. I know if I look like I know what I look like before I leave the house. And every grown man and every grown woman does.
Yeah.
So everything that happens to you after you leave the house shouldn't be a surprise. But sexual programming is a negative. A lot of gossiping is a negative that can happen on social media. People just getting on there talking about somebody. Oh man, that person lying about this. That's cap. You know what I'm saying? Fam ain't really got it like that. Fam ain't really doing it like that. Bullying. I be careful with that word because I truly know the definition and I don't use it as a buzzword. But there's definitely a lot of bullying that going on social media. Kids see it. As adults, I see it. People ganging up on other people, defamation of character, talking about people in ways that you can't prove. Just know And I want somebody to listen to this. Remember, I said you gonna tell them turn the speaker. I'm gonna tell you open your mind. If you're on the computer, social media, talking about somebody's character, which can influence their put their freedom at jeopardy, put their livelihood at jeopardy, or something like that, or their safety at jeopardy, or something, and it's not
Or it's
true,
them as a person. Them as a
or
person.
them as a
It's
person,
defamation of
that's
character.
defamation of character, and they can sue you. So be careful with mess you getting yourself into because it's a trend, and because so and so did it, or because you think that you done got so lost in this sauce that you think that social media gonna save your life and it's a real thing. You will get taken to court, and somebody will sue you because you spoke on things that are not true, and it's made a negative impact on their life. And guess
Look it
what?
up.
You're incriminating yourself, bro. Because if I go on live for 20 minutes talking about you and it's not true, and I'm talking about this, that, and the third, and you get what I mean, and you lose your job, or maybe somebody try to swing on you, one of my friends try to swing on you because when they see it endangers your life and your kids and stuff. Come on now.
Yeah.
I just incriminated myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody out avenging me because I done said something about you. So
yeah.
And I'll end this with this. Social media, the biggest thing, one of the biggest thing social media in a negative light is doing, it's crippling people's ability to focus in length. You understand what I mean? People can't pay attention anymore, bro. Like you can't, you that's why everything has to be 10-second clips, 20-second clips, 30-second clips.
Yeah.
Because social media has taught us that. It's made people not think critically. They can't follow a conversation.
Yeah.
And I'll call somebody out on that in a minute, bro. Like if I'm talking to you, I could tell you to stop listening to me. I'll be like, you ain't even listening to me right now. Because you start doing other stuff, playing in your phone, looking all at the ceiling and everything. Social media has played a big part in that. And you sit there, you like, dang, I really do that. Like you said, what you say about it? And that's the biggest. I'm gonna let you take off on it because I done said a lot, bro. But that's the biggest thing to me personally. It's hard to have a conversation with anybody nowadays because you have too critical of a conversation, you lose people. Your conversation is not quick. Because every conversation can't be quick. You'll lose people. People be like, man, come on, man. What you saying, man? Get to it. Be like, bro, I got to paint the whole picture for you. You understand what I'm saying? I got to tell you how we got here. They don't care about that. They just want to know how we get here. What's that? So go ahead. That's all I got to say. And that's my take on the negatives.
So the biggest one for me is one of these pastors said this the other day because he got caught up in some little sketchy situation. But he said that these people they care about the clips, they don't care about the content.
Right.
So basically what we're trying to say is that no one can hold a conversation about anything anymore because, like, in order to have effective conversation and communicate, like, what happened, what transpired, you kind of got to give some background information. Like, you got to lead up to it, right?
Yes.
And nowadays, it's like, tell me what happened. Like right now, they don't even care. Like if I was talking to my father-in-law today. He was talking about I was cooking something, and then we got to talk about cooking. He was like, I made something one day, or someone made something one day, and another person was like, yeah, that was good. So can I pay you the money so you can make that for me? And he was like, see, that's what I'm talking about. People nowadays, they just want you to give them like right what we came for. Why wouldn't you ask for the recipe? You see what I'm saying? If I told you that I got something to tell you and it could change your life, and I made $200,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
All they want to know is, when can I get the $200,000? You won't even let me tell you how I got it. You don't care about none of that. You don't care about none of the things leading up to it. You know? And so that's why, like, nowadays, like I said, when people go into interviews, they don't perform well.
No.
And you try to ask yourself why you're not performing well in the interview, and it's because your attention span sucks. Like you can't understand how to, if they say, Mr. White, can you give me a time when you encountered a situation with a bad employee? What did you do to,
Right.
in that situation?
Who did you get
You
involved? What was the
right.
result? All of that.
You
Yeah.
you
What
have
would you
to
do
give a
differently?
right. You have to give the background information on that situation, what
Yeah.
you did within the situation, and what did you
Mm-hmm.
do post situation. It's a
Mm-hmm.
three-part answer to the question. But we're so caught up in social media because we so wired now to just scroll, get the clip like 5 seconds, scroll to the next, that we're not even consuming anything. We don't understand that we're making ourselves unintelligent because we so quick to grab a storyline. We'll grab, if somebody put on the just the thumbnails like $200,000 right now. We like, oh yeah, he made that. But we don't know no background information on it. We don't know if the man robbed the bank. We don't know if the man just kicked the dough in. We don't know nothing. We just know, he legit. How you know that? And so I think that be careful on social media. That's why you see a lot of clips is tailored that way, because it's like every clip you see on social media is an elevator pitch, because
Yeah.
we only got like 5 seconds to get your attention and you scrolling to the next.
Because look,
It's terrible for us.
it's horrible. And look, it's crazy. I'm gonna say this, and I just thought about this, bro. I've been with people would consider viral 2 times, legitly 2 times, right?
Yeah.
First time was washing my wife's hair, right?
Yeah.
And people saw
Let's see
that.
if I can find that. Let me see if I can find that.
That millions and millions of views, millions of views, right? But what I'm saying is, if I would have put a long, and first off, that was on accident. Both times really on accident. So what I'm saying is, let's say people seen that, right? They ate that up, millions of views. But if I did a video
Yeah.
about washing my wife's hair and I put a, you kind of get what I'm saying? If I put a description about how it feels to, or why I'm comfortable even doing that, because I've had long hair most of my life. Most of the women in my family do hair. Do you understand
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? I'm just that type of person. Like, if they want to hear that. They want to hear all that. They like to see the action behind it. Like, oh, look at that. You get what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
like, I put up something that's on the top of my head and it got like 60,000 shares, right?
Yeah.
But if I told you why I think like that, and I really wrote like, I mean, it was like 5 or 6 words.
Yeah.
But if I really put that to a 500 word essay or a report or 600 word or a book about that particular thing, people wouldn't want to read that. But you're going to share it 60,000 times. You're going to give me a million views on that other thing. I'm telling you, that's that social media programming you to where you can't even have a conversation. So this could affect a lot of things people don't think about. And then I'm going to move forward. So if you say you want a high value man, ladies, men, you say you want a high value woman, but you can't even have a conversation with them. You get what? Like, I'm just saying, you can't.
That's happening right now. That's happening,
bro. I can't talk to. I couldn't talk to a deadhead. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
like people were like, you know what I'm saying? Really, if you want them high value people, and you want people that want to be around you, that's moving differently in their life, they like to talk. They like to they like to pick brains. They like to brainstorm. They like to collaborate. And if all you could just sit there is sit on your phone with 30-second clips and 10-second clips and a 10-second conversation and really can't talk to you about, what's the difference between you and the next person? Nothing. There's nothing special about you. We can't even have a conversation with you. Now, I like to laugh. We like to laugh and joke and BS and goof off, but can I really talk to you? Can I really talk to you? Like, you get what I'm saying? That's a thing. People can't even talk to people, bro. I've seen it with really close family members. And I'll say this, a lot of people didn't think about, because when we started first, I would say social media, we always had social media, but like it really took off like when we graduated high school and stuff like that, right? Got into college.
Yeah.
So that's before your aunties and them and on there, grandma and them was on there and all that stuff. I think it really need to be careful of some of these elders that are on social media, because a lot of them have lost their way. They done lost their edge. You get what I'm saying? grandma
What
don't
you
even
mean
be
by
grandma.
that?
I
What
mean,
you
grandma don't even want to be grandma no more. Grandma want to be cool. Grandma want to be the friend. She want to talk in ways that, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
ain't teaching the kids nothing or whatever else. Or people can think that something's been. I've had a person of age tell me that 60 plus years old tell me that they made this crazy purchase because they believe it was sent from God. And I don't doubt the power of God. I promise you I
Yeah.
don't. But what I will tell you is, I say, well, how you know that? They like, well, it popped up on my Facebook. It popped up on my timeline. I had to tell them,
That
I don't know if that
timeline
was, I
is
said, I
people
don't know if
take
that
that
was
serious.
God. It might just been a form of marketing. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, that's a paid
Yeah.
ad. That's a paid ad. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you find yourself, you just can't get lost in it, man. That's which goes right into what we talked about next, man.
Yeah.
How to navigate through social media.
Yeah, let me get
Right?
on this real quick. Let
Go
me
ahead.
show them how to navigate. Because we didn't talk about this in the actual episode, but I want to teach y'all something because I know a lot of people go through this. And again, because I'm in cybersecurity, I study this stuff a lot. So let's say that G White, you was out there and you was looking up a new karate class for Rosie, right? You
Mm-hmm.
on your phone searching for it. Okay, so you don't Google a couple of karate classes near Indianapolis, blah blah blah. You found somewhere. Then you looking for the karate gear. You might need some things that she need to use. Okay, so all of that's in your Google search history, right? But listen, because you have the Facebook app on your phone, because you have the Facebook Messenger on your phone, because you have the Instagram app on your phone, which if you guys don't understand that Zuckerberg, I like Zuckerberg. I think he's a cool guy. He owns both Facebook and Instagram. He bought Instagram. Okay. So doesn't matter which platform you have, they're all the same. It's under the same umbrella company, which is Meta. Okay. And if you guys don't know, meta stands for metadata. Meta means information. So any key terms, anything like that. He's basically just saying he owns a bunch of data. Okay. So basically you have those apps on your phone, whatever other apps you have. Sometimes you might have a Chick-fil-A app on your phone. Well, guess what? Zuckerberg is so smart, he make deals with like Chick-fil-A. And so basically Chick-fil-A will sell Facebook your search data too. So everybody getting data from you. You don't understand that. But what I'm trying to tell you is how you navigate it. You have to check your privacy settings. I'm going to the privacy route. We're gonna get to the other stuff too. But I think this is important to note that most people don't understand that by default, these privacy settings are set off. Or I mean, they're not configured to your favor. So in most cases, if you try to go alter some of these settings, you don't know where to find them because it's like opening one box and you got to open another box and they're buried deep. And what I'm saying is that why you guys wonder how you can go search something on your computer or your phone or whatever, and then you end up seeing an ad for the same thing you just been looking at on Facebook. And it's because they track you. And I'm gonna give you a little bit more secret. Every home, mostly everybody's house has Wi-Fi. Okay. So when you have a router that's through like it's called an ISP, internet service provider, they usually give you a router and you can connect using the Ethernet cable right to your computer, or you can connect through Wi-Fi. So if you got cousin Frank that come over or whoever, and he connects to your Wi-Fi spot and he on there searching for things, you might see what he been looking for on your Facebook. And it's because they can get into your home network and they get that metadata, okay, and they pull that and they send it off, and now they can tailor the Facebook ads to your home network or your phones or whatever else. So what I'm saying is that understand how to navigate this. Understand that the information you put out there, both online and offline of these social media platforms, they're gonna track you. Why do you think that iPhone has made them say, "Do not track me"? They make the apps like understand that like you have to get the apps have to get consent from you to track them. So all of these things are there and you got to be mindful that it's a business. The more data I can gain from you, the more foothold I have on you, the more I know where you're at in your store. I like when you check in. I like when you tell me what you're eating. I like what the habits that you're showing me because I can use that to my advantage. And if you're not careful, my point about this is stop putting so much stuff out there on the internet. It's okay sometimes to be quiet and keep some things to yourself because it never leaves the internet. That's why Metro Boomin is now being called Metro Grooming because they made fun of Drake and then they went back in the archives and they found all that stuff he was saying about young girls being of age. If they this and this, then they of age. Okay, it ain't gonna leave when you put it out there. So before you post something, before you start connecting all your different devices and things in that to sign on to Facebook, just know that they pulling your information and it never leaves.
Facts. So you brought up some valid points. Bro just gave y'all an IT lesson on navigating social media. He just ran y'all through the IT world of it. You know what I'm saying? And if that lost you, I followed it. But if that lost you, I'm gonna break it down into how I navigate it and what I look like how you can navigate social media, right? Because we talked about the positives, we talked about the business aspects of things, the different marketing, staying with family, friends, staying connected with family, friends, motivation, networking, stuff like that. We talked about negative, we talked about the sexual programming, gossiping, bullying, all that, people not being able to hold a conversation. So now we at navigating, moving your way through it because it's here to stay. So, and we use words like tools. It is a tool. You can use it either way. But what I'm saying is this is how you navigate through it. And it's tailor-made for how you want to use this tool, right? Yeah. Just like a wrench. You can use a wrench to tighten a bolt. You can also use a wrench to bust somebody upside the head. You know what I mean? It's a tool. It's still a tool. That's social media. It can fix something or make it worse. So quality control is something we talked about. We're navigating social media. Quality control on the people that you're following, the pages that you're following. If you're trying to stop doing something, you're trying to stay disciplined, you're trying to go somewhere, like you're trying to stop doing something, you probably don't need to follow certain people. I've done it myself. And it ain't deleting you because I hate you. It's not deleting because what you're doing, I can't afford to do right now. Or it entices me to do something I've been delivered from already. It puts me back in a mindset. Right. That's right. It put me back in a mindset.
It entices you to do something that you've already been delivered for. See, let me stop you. A lot of the viewers and listeners right now have to put their big boy pants on, their grown-up pants on. Okay. No gender involved. Put your grown-up pants on. We trying to get you to a higher level in society. We trying to make sure that you make the most money you possibly can. There's one life to live we have. We trying to get you on the road to success. We trying to get you generational wealth. We trying to get you generational knowledge, get you out of this institution of being in prison in your mind, get you to better heights in your life. And you have to understand what he just said. He said certain things on social media may entice you to get involved in things you've already been delivered from. Okay.
Absolutely. I feel
and you gotta listen to that. You have to understand what he's trying to tell you. I want to give one point on this before you keep going on.
Go ahead.
This is why I be so nervous to open my Facebook. Like if I log in and my father-in-law or somebody is behind me and I'm trying to do something, I'm nervous to log in because, and this happened to me before, because I don't know what's gonna pop up.
Nope.
Because of the people I'm following.
Booty my people pop up.
Booty, all type of stuff gonna pop up. And I'm like, well, how am I gonna explain that? How would I explain that to him? This happened to me. I was in the church one time and I was doing some work for the church and I had to connect my Facebook page to the churches so I could do some things for them. And soon as I logged on, the dude's behind me. We in church. And he looked at me, he said, because he know us, he looked and seen that on the screen. He was like, it ain't worth it.
Oh, he think you tried.
He's seen it before I seen it.
He think you're debating risking it all, Jack.
Yes.
You like, no.
I'm type, I log in, I'm good, and I do like this. And then he like, it ain't worth it, man. I'm telling you, it ain't worth it. I look at him, look at the screen, and I'm like,
before I open anything in my phone, I look around. I don't just be opening stuff. I don't look, even if I'm like driving and I'm scrolling in my phone or something, or I'm riding passenger and then Rosie them
Yeah.
behind me, I'm mindful of looking like, because I don't know what's gonna pop up on my social media. I really don't know what's about to pop up because of stuff that's, you know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is you have to unfollow some of those type of people. You get what I'm saying? You have to unfollow some of those type of pages, especially if they're not conducive to where you're going, your growth, or something. And then look, replace them with people that are. Do you understand what I'm saying? So people that are in an avenue that you're trying to get into, people that are doing something that you want to
Yeah.
do, people that have reached heights that you're trying to reach. Follow some of those type of people. Don't be all sensitive and think you fanned out or
Yeah.
something. No, like I can get something from you. You get what I'm saying? So let me follow. If you want to be a motivational speaker, follow 50 motivational speakers. You're going to learn some good, bad.
Yeah.
You're going to learn some things you really wouldn't do, some stuff that you're going to learn it all, but you're learning is what I'm saying. So if I need to follow 50 motivational speakers and 50 scammers, who I'm gonna pick? The 50
Yeah.
motivational speakers, because that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
What do you think that what do you think people that are, you get what I'm saying? It's something
That's
out
the
there for
balance.
everybody. That's
That's the
the
balance
balance.
between entertainment and education content.
Absolutely. So look, another thing people want to talk about, and it's helped me. And I say, how long are you on social media too? So we talked about cleaning up your social media, watching who you follow, watch how many reels or whatever things you keep looking at, because like you said, the algorithm between social media is going to keep popping that up. I literally have seen it. You get what I'm saying? Like how this person keep ended up on these reels or whatever else in my, I definitely ain't searching you out. I don't even know who this person is. I don't even know what this is, but you keep popping up. You get what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
um, so and how
Yeah.
long? So what I mean is, so in my phone, I set a timer on my phone for my different apps, right? Not only is it just in there, it actually pops up and shows me how long I'll be on. Like when it hits that threshold, if I set it for
Mm-hmm.
an hour a day, 2 hours a day, it pops up right there on my phone. You've been on Facebook for this amount of hours today. You've been on Instagram this amount of hours today, whatever. And what that does, it'll keep letting me, it don't shut the app down, but it just lets me know so that I know, hey, bro, you've been doing this for 4 hours today, 3 hours today, 2 hours today.
Yeah.
And it keeps me conscious, like, dang. And it also holds me accountable to, before I say what I couldn't do today, look
Yeah.
at what I done made time to do today.
Yeah.
So if I know I done set a 2.5 hour timer or something for Facebook, and then this evening it's something I'm supposed to do around the house that I'm getting ready to make an excuse for, or you're supposed to go to the gym and work out or something, right? And I'm like, no, I'm too tired or whatever else. Be like, bro, but you just made 2.5 hours on Facebook. Oh, and what did you do?
Yeah.
Did you really did you really run a business page? Did you make any money off of it? Or did you just get on there to see who's still the cool kid from high school, who lying or not? What's the
Yeah.
latest gossip or not? Did I really make 2.5 hours of time for that and not about to make time for something that's gonna really put some money in my pocket, set myself or my family up for the next day, for the next week, or something like that? Come
Yeah.
on, man. I gotta stay up to 2 o'clock tonight. I gotta stay up to 2 a.m. tonight because look at what I done did. You're right. It helps me hold myself accountable, is what I'm saying. So y'all
Yeah.
filter out those people, filter out those pages, but also, like I'm saying, be mindful of how long you spend time on those, because it's gonna happen. I'm not anti social media. I'm just saying you can get lost in the sauce if you're not thinking about any of these things we talked about today: the positive, the negatives, and how to navigate. You will get lost in the sauce. You understand what I mean? And there's a
Yeah.
lot of people lost in the sauce, and I see them. I sit there and I be like, "You're not really like that. You're not even really like that. I know you. I might see you in a couple of hours. You're not like that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You ain't really living like that. Oh, you doing it for that. You doing it for that. You giving out you giving out fortune cookie advice and influencing the wrong people, influencing the youth and stuff with stuff you ain't even really done. Stuff you speak because it just sound cool, right? Oh, you want to be cool to the girls. You want to be cool to the girls. You get what I'm saying? You want to do that. I see you
Yeah.
order. I see it, bro. I see it. And that's, I see it be the lost in the sauce, and I pray for people with that. You understand what I'm saying? Because the months go by, them years go by, and you sit there. People put their real problems on Facebook. I see that.
Yeah.
They dealing with real stuff. And they put it on there. Them people laughing at you. They laughing at you. They laughing at your pain and your misery. They laughing at what you really dealing with. I'm not running to
Look,
no social media for nothing real that going in my life. And that's all I have to say about
no,
that.
but look,
Go ahead. Yeah.
this what people do when you always talk about downloaders and uploaders in the society, right? So people don't realize that they upload content in the wrong reason. You're supposed to be uploading content to make money from it, to touch a life out there for it, to like
Influence
build your
somebody. Yeah,
legacy, like to
absolutely.
influence.
Absolutely.
And most people are frankly too lazy to do it. They just don't have the go-getter mentality to go do it, don't have the passion, just no will to do it. Or they'll make up an excuse why they can't. Whole time, you'll get on there and talk about your problems when you don't understand that you're uploading entertainment. Your problems are entertainment for other people. They ain't there to console you. They ain't there to help you. You might get a few people in the chat line dropping a few, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be with you, I'm gonna pray for you. You ever ask somebody, if you ever had somebody be like, I'm gonna pray for you, then you ask them like, did you pray for me? Because it's like, oh, it's almost synonymous to that thing where you walking past somebody and they be like, how's it? You be like, how's it going? And the person just be like, you either say good or you just be like,
bro.
But
I've done it though.
No one ever stops and be like, no, how's it going? And expect.
Yeah, like really care how it's going. I've caught myself. Yeah, and before
they just associate it.
I literally have caught myself like getting into like the form and say, I'm gonna pray for you, or prayers up.
Yeah.
And I promise you, I literally turned my radio down one day and I said, I need to actually pray for that person.
Yeah, you need to actually do it. Stop just making it like a casual pass by. Like,
look, I was on the phone with my pops yesterday. And I approached the accident, a car accident. And I said, Pops, I think it's an accident up here. It's a lot of police. He said, man, I hear the ambulance driving past you. And I said, no, I think this is a bad one, man. I see people down on the ground. My daddy just started praying right there on the phone. He was like, Lord, help them, touch that family, touch them, heal them, Lord. Like, in the real time, do you get what I'm saying? This ain't for clout. This ain't for no buzz stuff. Like, get intentional. Really send a prayer up. Really care how somebody doing today. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I just want people to understand that you're uploading information, but the information you uploading is only hurting you. You helping other people. You providing entertainment. Why don't you just flip that? Actually upload something that ain't at the expense of you. Upload it and make something positive from it. So, everybody, like, they upload what they got going on, their family, they upload just like bad things or just things that is just entertaining other people. And you have to look at it, turn yourself around and look at yourself on social media. Like, evaluate yourself. Like if you had to give a report card on your performance on social media, like, do that to yourself and see how you doing. A lot of people be surprised, man. You ain't doing as good as you think you are. And you might say you just on there for fun, but it's consuming your life. Everything about it is being consumed.
So I mean, without further ado, y'all, this was the recap. This was a recap. It was a really good conversation, really good live session. And would like to see a few more questions tonight, but it really is a touchy subject because it makes people look in the mirror. And it's okay, y'all. It's okay. Because I looked in the mirror with it. You get what I'm saying? And it makes it keeps me grounded on how I navigate with it. You get what I'm saying? What's up?
Sometimes silence means that we did a great job because
oh yeah.
Sometimes, like, you just be so like, hey, I really am,
bro. You got to
talk
about it.
You just don't say nothing. So
you got to talk about it. You got to talk about the stuff people scared to talk about and people don't know how to talk about. I feel like that's you know what I'm saying? That's me, that's you, that's us, that's him, that's her. You know what I mean? This stuff is here to stay. When we talk about the social media influence, and it can influence you to go to your highest point in your life. We see people get on here and make millions, I won't say billions, maybe billions too. No, for real. Matter of fact, Zuckerberg and all them – billions.
billions.
So what I'm saying is,
Big Zuck.
So But I also seen people get lost in the sauce, get into problems, financial burdens, go through great depressions.
Tell
We
on
talk about
themselves.
tell on themselves, incriminate themselves. I've seen people get into beefs that turn into deaths, violence. You get what I mean? And this is not opinion based. This is
You ain't
facts.
gotta bump into nobody in the club no more. You could just
Get
hit
on here
enter.
and hit enter and do this. You could be whatever you want to be on here.
Yep.
But with this tool, I would say use it to fix something, to be a great influence, a positive influence, and things of that nature. So, uh,
Yeah.
this was a live session to social media influence, man. We always appreciate the conversation, y'all. Be here back same time next week. Have another conversation. Always encourage you to bring a friend and bring your questions, bring your comments. You know what I'm saying? I'm also going to tell you to continue to like, share, subscribe, continue to support however you support. Reach out, talk, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you need to do. But without further ado, I'm going to give y'all back the rest of y'all night. This was Our You Redemption podcast, and it's your boy G White.
Big speaker.
And we out.